My name is Charlie Dent, and I am the creator of the book test for the Illuminati integration. This was helped with the kind support of Nathan and his Illuminati team, the programmers, etc., and all the people behind the scenes. The book test, the concept was mine. I've done some electronic book tests in the past. I've scanned and compiled lots of books for electronic book tests, and my latest iteration are the dictionaries and a couple of other books, novels that I've created for the electronic book tests. So the Illuminati book test, in my opinion, is the best, the most powerful that's out there. And I'm going to demonstrate for you today the PCL. So it's the Oxford School Dictionary PCL. That's page, column, and line. PCL is the input is the page, whereabouts the word is in the dictionary. And then the column, there's two columns in the dictionary on each page, and it's either column 1 or column 2. And then the next input would be the line, how many words down that word is. And I'm going to drop you down to the desktop now so you can see the bits and pieces that I have in order to perform this effect. So here we have the Oxford School Dictionary. This is the hardback version. And over here we have the softback version. Now, all the books that are in the library, they have an ISBN number, and the ISBN number corresponds to the exact book, and they have to be exactly correct. Here we have an ISBN number, and this is the one in the book test library, the softback version. If you want the hardback version, and I'll tell you the difference, the softback version is a good dictionary. All the text is exactly the same here, and it's repeated in the larger hardback version, but the text font is a little bit bigger. It's a bit easier to read. The numbers are easier to read, but this is all, in essence, pretty good to read. But I would recommend, if you are performing, just to carry around some reading glasses for your spectators. If they are struggling, you could say, oh, would you like some reading glasses? Bound to get a laugh. I always carry them around with me because you never know when they're needed. So the Oxford School Dictionary is in the book library, the softback version. You need to buy the physical book, and the ISBN number has to be exact match. Okay. Now, the Oxford School Dictionary hardback version, I will show you the ISBN number for that, and I'll read it out to you now. ISBN number, it is 978-019-278-672-2. So that's the hardback version, and the only difference between the hardback and the softback is the last two digits. So on the softback version we have 3-9, and on the hardback we've got 2-2. Everything else, all the other numbers are the same. It's just the last two digits. On the softback version it is 3-9, and on the hardback version it is 2-2. Now, all this text was painstakingly added by myself for your enjoyment. And I'm going to show you the setup for the Oxford School Dictionary PCL, page, column, and line, and how to use it. So I'm opening up the Unify app. With the status, I've got a notifier here. That's turned on, it's connected. We've got what I call is the virus 1. I've renamed my Thumper 2 virus 1, because if ever it's paired to a spectator's phone, they will not keep the virus 1 on their phone Bluetooth connections for very long. They'll delete it. So that saves you having to delete it yourself. They will delete it if they come across it. But you can name it anything you want. So I'm going to show you now the settings. So you tap on the 3 bars at the top left, and you go down to favorites. at the moment, we've just got Notifier and Thumper. We haven't got the book test. So we tap the edit top right. You may not have anything in here, and I would recommend adding things to your favorites. That way it's an easy place to go and find things. I'm going to tap edit top right, and I can see the book test. It's the 6th one down. All I have to do is tap that and it comes up to the top. Yeah. And that's all we're doing at the moment. So I'm going to save that. And there we have now the book test. If I go into the book test and I go to edit book, there is no dictionary installed. Just the Invisible Man, Treasure Island, and Great Expectation. So I'm going to come out of that and I'm going to go to book library. That's the first one of the orange book library, not the administrator library, but the book library. So I'm going to click on that. And these are all the books that I've added. Now, the Oxford English Mini Dictionary, that was the first dictionary that I did. I wasn't particularly happy with the size of the text. It was very hard to read. You definitely needed glasses to see that. But it is a little bit smaller than the Oxford School Dictionary softback version of the dictionary. So anyway, so I wouldn't really recommend the Oxford English Mini Dictionary, even though it is fully functional in the same way. So I'm scrolling down and we have here the PCL Oxford School Dictionary. And here we have word text Oxford School Dictionary. At the moment, I'm going to install the PCL version. And by the way, anyone who's got the Oxford School Dictionary PCL installed in that, if it's labeled like that, Oxford School Dictionary PCL, or Oxford School Dictionary WT, I recommend deleting that, both books, and reinstalling them from the library. I was pointed out by a very kind magician, three words that were omitted. For some reason, they were not in the dictionary. Must have been tired one of the days when I was putting all those words in. Anyway, so I've now corrected those 3 words and they're now back in the library, and the dictionary that you want to make sure that you're installing, delete the other 2, and that is PCL, Oxford School Dictionary, and WT, Oxford School Dictionary. So I'm going to install the PCL Oxford School Dictionary now. Takes a few seconds. And the first thing is the description. That's PCL Oxford School Dictionary. There's the ISBN number, the second one down. And that's the one that you need to order if you're going for the softback version of the book. And if you're going for the hardback version of the book, then the only difference is the last 2 digits. The hardback version is 2-2. And as you can see on the app, the softback version is 3-9. Okay. So there's nothing you need to do. By the way, just letting you know, the PCL Oxford School Dictionary, why they are in the library as 2 different books. They are exactly the same book, but I have set the settings so you don't have to change anything. You just install it and the book is ready to go, basically. You can go down, you can preview the book, and these are all the pages of the dictionary. Now, the reason why there's stars on some of the books, on some of the words, like on this one here, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 on the left-hand side, is because on page 7 to 8, the second column, the one on the right, has got more words than the column on the left. And we put the markers on 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 just to let the software know that these words do not exist in that column. I'm coming back from that book preview. There's the picture, and that's basically it. I'm going to save it. I'm coming out of that top left. Now in the book test here, you'll see at the bottom above reset prediction, the Invisible Man is selected. I'm going to go in there by tapping the little arrow next to it, and you'll see PCL Oxford School Dictionary. That's the one we want, so I'm selecting it. You just tap it and it's selected. PCL Oxford School Dictionary. And that's the one that's selected now. Automated integration, we need to make sure when we go in there, that's the one above the second from the bottom, automated integration. This is the results from the book test. We want to make sure that it's going to the notifier. If you've got hearing aids, have send text to speech turned on. And if you want to do a peek in lumen polling, turn that on. You can also send to other integrations like send to URL or send to API. I'm just going to save that. And I'm coming back out of that. And I'm going to go into the Thumper because that's my main input. Now for the page, column and line, because I'm going to put the page number in, and the easiest way to put a page number in is writing it in with the Thumper by tapping the buttons on the Thumper or the Thumper pen, whichever you have. But I just want to reiterate my thoughts on the best product that Illuminati sell. If you haven't got any Illuminati products and you're thinking of starting, then the Thumper 2 is the best electronic product on the market. You can use this remote in the Illuminati app and it becomes an amazing, powerful piece of kit. It's small, fits in your hand. You can tap away at the buttons, put your hands together. It's got haptic feedback. You've got programmable buttons and you've got the different modes. And there's some more features coming out for this Thumper in early 2026. I think it's Blackpool release. And there's more features coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. But the Thumper can be used in third-party apps, not just Illuminati. So it's very versatile. If this is the only product you buy, the next thing to buy is the Notifier, because then you know what you're doing rather than putting everything to memory. You now have visual feedback of what's happening and what buttons you've pressed, etc. So I'm just going to double check here. The Thumper, going into the settings, and I'm just checking automated integration, and I want to make sure send to book is enabled because I'm going to be putting in a page number and pressing enter, and that will then go to the book. And if that's not turned on, it will not go to the book. You would then have to maybe make sure that you've got a button, which I have. This one here.
Send to book.
Is programmed to send to book, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to clear all predictions.
Clear all predictions.
And I've got that one as clear all predictions. So send text to speech. I like to hear what's going on, especially when you're practicing and setting these things up for the first time. I would recommend having text to speech on all the time. So whenever you see text to speech, leave it on, and I'll show you where you can turn it off. I'll do it now. So anyway, just make sure send text to speech turned on, send to notifier, that's fine. And I want send to book turned on. Must remember to do that. And you could send it to other third-party integrations. I'm going to save, data save successfully. And then I'm just going to show you first, and then I'll come back to the Thumper. But if you come out of that, from 3 bars, go to settings, and here you globally can turn off text to speech. And that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th section down, text to speech. And you can just turn it off with this button here, which the top one, which is enable text to speech. Mine's on, so I'm leaving it on. But you can turn it off if you don't want the audio. That's just the one button, turns off all the text to speech, so you won't get any text to speech if that's turned off. But I'm going to leave mine on so you can hear what's going on. So I'm going back to favorites and going back into Thumper, and I'm going to show you. First of all, I want to show you, because this is important. People get this wrong, and I'm going to show you how you resolve the issue. Pair Thumper. We've got my Thumper paired already. I'm going to disconnect it. If you ever have any problems, it's worth doing this, but you've got to do it in the right order and do it very methodical, because the only product in the Illuminati range, and I do believe that's the reason, there's 2 Bluetooth devices inside this Thumper. One is for pairing with your phone, and the other one is for pairing with another phone or device. this device has got 2 Bluetooth chips inside. So I'm going to remove it because I want to show you the correct way to pair the Thumper into the system. So I'm going to remove that and I'll say yes.
Virus 1 disconnected.
If ever you have any problems with your Thumper, it's always good to do this. I'm going to come out, not close it, come out, and I'm going to settings. I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and I'm going to remove virus 1 here. I'm going to tap the I next to there and say, forget this device, hit forget. Don't need that anymore. Going back into Unify. And now, just watch this carefully. I'm going to tap unpaired Thumpers, virus 1. Are you sure you want to connect virus 1? You have Thumper 2, by the way. And you say yes.
Virus 1 connected.
And the next screen you get up, and if you don't get this, then you may have done something wrong. Bluetooth pairing request, virus 1, Thumper 2 in your case, would like to pair with your phone. And now you say pair. Okay, so that's synced successfully. And coming out of that, another thing to make sure is HID timer. Go into that and make sure that HID output is enabled. Okay, because if it isn't, things can go wrong. And then make sure you save it. So on the Thumper, the automated integration at the bottom, we have center book. So anything you put in the Thumper, and you will go to the book if it is selected. Okay, so hopefully you follow me so far. I'm taking this slowly so that you understand what's happening and that you can do yours at the same time. Just pause the video and set yours up. In the button configuration for the Thumper, I'm on button 1. I'm going to select where it says none. I'm going to select the PCL Oxford School Dictionary. There it is. Okay. And on button 3, I've got center book. Even though I am going to send the information to the book automatically, I'm not going to need that button, but I have got it in there for when I do a written word by the spectator on an impression pad. Then I want to do that manually myself because I'd like to see what that word is first. And if it goes straight to the book test comes back, you've got no chance of seeing or hearing what's going on because it's that quick. So I like to do that manually myself. I've got repeat audio and clear all predictions. You may want to set yours up like mine. I like to have the 2 book tests at the top on button 1 and 2 and button 3 center book, and then other 4, 5 and 6 other functions which I sometimes use, and button 7 repeat audio and 8 clear all predictions. So I'm going to save that and come out of there and go to the status screen. So you would either hand out the dictionary to somebody and you would ask somebody else to call out a page. There's roughly 800 pages in the dictionary, and you just ask a spectator to call out a page number for that person who's got the book to open that on that page. It might be also another idea is to have more than one book so other people can look at their dictionary and follow along and see the amazing things and not just rely on the one person with the book to experience the excitement of the effect. If you want, you could use an impression pad where somebody writes down a page number and then shows the person with the book that page number without calling it out. Therefore, in the eyes of the spectators, they don't believe you know what page the person who's got the book is on. So let's take it as though we do know for the moment. Spectator who's calling out a number calls out a random number 412. You input that with your Thumper. So I'm going to make sure I select the PCL book.
PCL, Oxford School Dictionary selected. Here all predictions.
That gets rid of everything within the Illuminati Thumper, that there's nothing like if you've had an inject numbers coming through, you don't want them in there. So clear all predictions. Now they've read a page number out. So they go for 4, 1, 2. We press enter.
412.
That's gone to the book automatically because we've got send automatically to the book test. Now you tell them, the spectator who's got the book, on that page, whatever page you're on, there's 2 columns. Which has got the most interesting words? And the person with the book might say column 2. Okay, can you look down that column and find an interesting word on column 2? And they say, yeah, I've got one. And how many words do you have to look down to find that word? So they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they've said to column 2 first. So you have to press 2, enter.
2.
And the next thing they do is how many words down in that column, and they say 7. So you press 7. And as soon as you press enter, it's that fast. It works out what the word is that the person with the book is looking at.
7. Magic.
And there's the book, the word in the dictionary. And that word magic could be sent to inject, it could be sent to scribe, it could be sent to mindscribe, it could be sent to notes. There's so many different destinations you could send to, third-party integrations you can send that word to. And that's basically the PCL. If I just put a random page number in now, and so I don't, because I know I haven't made any extra numbers in, but it's good practice. Clear all predictions.
Clear all predictions.
I also know that I've already selected PCL, but you can always make sure. PCL.
PCL. Oxford School Dictionary selected.
That's fine. And let's put a number in. 1, 2, 5, enter.
125.
Column 2, enter.
2.
And let's go for the 5th word, enter.
5. Clerical.
And now we have another word. And you can go on and on. That's basically PCL. I hope you enjoyed this instruction. And it's a fantastic book test. And I'll show you the Oxford School Dictionary WT soon. All right, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that, and bye.